The Gambia Social Protection Agency on Monday opened the second edition of the Gambia International Social Protection Conference under the theme Investing in Resilience Towards Long-Term Financing of Social Protection. The three-day event, taking place from October 28th to 22nd, 2025, is being held at the Sadauda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center in Bijilo. The conference brings together policy makers, national and international experts and development partners to deliberate on sustainable and inclusive strategies for financing social protection. According to organizers, the event aims to strengthen dialogue on sustainable partnerships, promote knowledge sharing, and highlight global best practices that can be adapted to the Gambia's context. It also provides a platform to assess progress made in implementing the country's social protection agenda and to identify practical policy pathways for building resilient national systems. The conference features thematic sessions and expert discussions on key issues such as long-term financing, coordination among development actors, and the integration of social protection into national development planning. Delivering a presentation on the ECOWAS Social Protection Framework and Operational Plan, Dr. Sintike, Director of Humanitarian and Social Affairs at the ECOWAS Commission, emphasized the crucial role of social protection in fostering human development, reducing poverty, and strengthening resilience across West Africa. She also commended the Gambia's continued leadership in advancing social protection initiatives within the region.
Member states and ECOWAS of the ECOWAS region recognize the importance of prioritizing social protection interventions to reduce social and economic vulnerability. Studies have shown 13 out of our 15 member states, and this morning we've heard that the Gambia has had its social protection policy for 10 years, and it's now working to have a revised version. And also, the key issues relating to developing national social protection flows. Now, let me just go with the statistics. According to the World Social Protection Report, social protection coverage and adequacy gaps in Africa are associated with significant underinvestment in social protection. The social protection expenditure, excluding health, reaches 3.8% of GDP, and the data is showing that in West Africa, it's less than 1%.
Malang Fofana, Director General of the Gambia National Nutrition Agency, also presented on the theme Building Resilience Against Food and Nutrition Insecurity, the case of the NAFA program.
NAFA was part of the phased out social safety net project, SSNP, a government initiative supported by the World Bank that combined cash transfer and behavior change communication to improve welfare of households in the country. When the SSNP phased out in 2023 December, and the Gambia Resilience, Inclusion, Skills and Equity Project, the RISE project, was being designed, it was included in the design of the project to extend and expand the NAFA program into that project. And now the project is in the RISE project as part of component 3. The aim of the NAFA program is to provide social assistance to households to improve smoothen consumption, reduce vulnerability, and allow households to meet basic needs, especially in terms of the social needs, health, education, water, sanitation, as well as help them invest into livelihood to improve human capital development in the country.
He outlined how the program developed and implemented by NANA is improving household resilience and reducing vulnerability. Fofana further explained the program's impact, highlighting its transparent beneficiary selection process and its contribution to national efforts to combat poverty and malnutrition.
And to help us identify the targets, we use certain criteria. First, we look at, among the districts in this country, which are the poorest districts. We don't just sit out of the blue and say, is Jara West or Jara East? But we look at the data to identify which districts are the poorest districts. We use the integrated household survey to look at poverty gap and poverty headcount ranking. And these two help us to identify to rank all the districts from 1 to 42. Based on that district ranking, we start with the most poor districts. Based on the envelope, our initial target was to go into 20 districts, but now we are going beyond 20 districts. The second level is, within the district, how do we identify the extreme poor? The social registry that we are proud today, that has a national coverage, is what we use to identify the vulnerable or most eligible for this program.
The second edition of the Gambia International Social Protection Conference serves as a vital platform for policy dialogue, collaboration, and innovation aimed at advancing long-term sustainable and inclusive social protection systems, ensuring that no one is left behind. Reporting for Kerfatu, I am Fatu Silla.